What's good, everybody out there on YouTube? This is your man Hastags dropping some hot frogga on this mic. Today we're going to be talking about Sonic Frontiers, more specifically the issue I have with it, and this is surrounding the marketing and the campaigning that Sega's doing around the game and what they've shown us so far. Overall, I just think they're making a ton of mistakes with Sonic Frontiers in places you don't really expect it. Now, I know some other YouTubers have talked about the campaigning and the advertising and the marketing and stuff surrounding Sonic Frontiers, but I don't think people really understand how bad it is. Now, I do want to say I have given my opinions on everything I've seen on Sonic Frontiers on stream a multitude of times. 2 of those streams are even public on the channel, and the rest are archived on my channel in my stream archives playlist. So make sure you have that notification bell ding to, keep watch out on when I stream. But in short, I think Sonic Frontiers is probably gonna be a solid game at worst. I think it's like one of those games that obviously you can see that they've worked on the game a ton, and fundamentally, like at a foundational level, they have what they need to make a great game. Now, whether they execute on all those things is up in the air because we haven't seen the game. We haven't gotten to play the game in any form of demo or anything, and the capacity that we've seen the game has been really rough, to say the least. Because while I do like Sonic's speed, how fast he goes and stuff, I like how they've re-implemented parkour, brought back some of the things like Stomp, and hopefully they bring back things like Drift. And overall, the amount of control you have over Sonic's movement seems to be a lot more fine-tuned, especially for this open world game. There's a lot of other things in the trailers and the gameplay showcases that we've seen that's a lot rougher. I think one of the biggest examples is the animation, especially when Sonic's doing any type of combo. Now, I'm gonna make this whole video on Sonic Frontiers combat, but I think the foundation of Sonic Frontiers combat is actually pretty solid. I think it's gonna be fine, and while I did have my worries about it, I made this whole video on my channel. It's part of my series Mob Shattuck 100, where I talked about how this can be a blunder. It looks like they're doing all the things that I hoped they would. Well, yes, I don't like mashy combat in platformers specifically. I don't really care as long as it's well executed. I was worried that combat in this game was going to be relegated to basically spamming homing attack. This is something that has been an issue with previous Sonic games. But here it looks like they're actually trying to give Sonic combos, trying to add some level of depth, giving him special moves. Just trying to make the combat as enjoyable as possible, because in all honesty, it does look fun. But this is where the issues start. The animations for anything Sonic does, they don't really flow well into each other. And you can see the hard stops and starts in animations. It just looks unpolished. The level of detail in the pop-in also in the open world is just horrendous. The fact that things just pop in so close to the camera with no fading or anything is really concerning, especially because we don't know what system they're playing this on. This could be a PC for all we know. And that worries me for versions like the Switch version or even the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions. Like, what is this game actually gonna look like when it releases? Because while yes, I like the aesthetic and I think it actually looks decent at a visual level, everything's at a standstill. Because once you start moving, you start seeing all the popping and stuff, and it's just ugly to look at, to say the least. I also feel like they've done a horrible job at really just showing off Sonic's toolkit. Because while they did show it off in the trailer, that's actually kind of what happened in that first gameplay release that they showed us. They were trying to show off all of Sonic's individual movement options. They did a horrible job at doing that. Make a whole video where it's Sonic team developers explaining every single thing you're doing, and then show us how those things coalesce and meld together to create a great open world experience, especially for traveling around as Sonic the Hedgehog. This is kind of the one thing Sonic fans have been asking for since Sonic has become 3D. An open world Sonic experience where Sonic can be in this playground of sorts. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that things need to be like how the Momentum Bros want them to be. There needs to be momentum and Sonic needs to be flinging off of ramps and stuff. I don't need all that stuff. I just need Sonic to go fast and the playground to be fun to play in. And Sega's really just not showing us that. And this extends to other things. It's very obvious that Sega is more worried about Sonic being a multimedia giant than a video game franchise. While I love the Sonic movies and the way they've been advertising them, and I'm really excited for shows like Sonic Prime, and even though I have some Sonic merchandise, I want to see the games. Like, why during the Sonic Central did you focus on everything but the games? And the game you did focus on the most was Sonic Origins. I get it, Sonic Origins is coming out. It's gonna be a big moneymaker for you. But that's because people have rebought Sonic 1, 2, 3, and K and CD as many times as they humanly can. They've bought it 30 times in the past and they'll buy it 30 times into the future. And that's not to slander or disregard the work that's gone into that collection. It's just to say that it's easy money. While yes, I love the classic Sonic games, Sonic 2 is still probably my favorite Sonic game of all time. It's switching between that and Adventure 2 right now, but still, it's usually almost always Sonic 2 when someone asks me. I just don't need to hear about the Sonic Origins collection when Frontiers is right around the corner. I've played Sonic 1, 2, 3, and CD. I'm not worried about that collection. I'm worried about the game that's essentially going to decide the future of the franchise after repeated flops from previous entries. It's like, how can you be this stupid, Sega? Like, come on. I ran a poll on my channel to see who was excited for Sonic Frontiers based off of the promotional material. And around 70% of people said that they weren't excited for the game because it looks rough. And this is a perfect example of what I mean. You're showing the game in its worst state without actually stating whether this is an early build or not, which is another issue in and of itself. It took IGN telling us on the third gameplay impressions video or whatever that this is an early build. We know the game is releasing in 2022, or that's what we're expecting should there be no delays. So it's going to be coming in at probably within the next 2 to 6 months. So Sega, please tell me why you decided to choose an early build of the game to show off without telling people that it's an early build of the game. Again, it leaves a horrible taste in people's mouth. The amount of genuine concern among the fans is really high. While there is the stupid stuff like the grind rail video that was going around on Twitter the other day, that was completely stupid. I've kind of come to hate the fact that video game fans and players have come to essentially figure out the names of people who work on games because they blame singular people for certain things. And it's pretty funny because they use Colors, a game that's considered good by many people in that video, to slander that person. It's ridiculous. It's just like, come on, Sega. You honestly have something that could change the face of your icon. I mean, Sonic has been the punching bag for the past 20 years. You're gonna let him be the punching bag for the next 20. But I don't know. Tell me how you guys feel about this in the comment section down below, because honestly, it's just getting frustrating. I hate when someone asks me my favorite franchise and I'm like Sonic, and they're like, oh, Sonic? Like, I liked some of the classic games, dude, but that's really it. I don't know how you play those 3D games when there are genuinely good 3D Sonic games out there. Like, come on, Sega. But anyways, like I said before, make sure you have that notification bell dinged for live streams, because I've been streaming a lot recently on the channel and we talk about a lot of different stuff. So make sure you have that notification bell and make sure you're subscribed. Also, make sure you follow your boy on Twitter, where you can keep updated with everything in my, existential dread, and also stay up to date for live streams and videos and extra content. Also, join the Discord down below to, talk with the community on the channel. It's great. This has been your man, Hastags. Don't forget, Hak Faraga turns to Cold Blizzaga, and make sure you check out some of my other videos. Peace. Have a good one.